If you're watching this video right now, it's not an accident. Something you can't see yet is already shifting in the invisible. What you've been calling blockage, delay, failure, bad luck, closed doors, or missed opportunities is often not something happening on the outside, but something operating on the inside. Many people pray for God to open the doors, when in reality, the doors are not closed. The mind is. Nothing in your life is truly blocked externally. Everything is blocked internally. And as long as you don't deal with the root, you can change your job, your relationships, your environment, your country, your strategy, your goals, your effort level, your prayers, and still find yourself facing the exact same pattern again and again. Because the obstacle is not in the world around you, it's in the programming running inside you. There are invisible blockages, beliefs, emotional memories, inherited mindsets, fears, past wounds, cultural limitations, repeated phrases, internal agreements, subconscious vows, and unconscious expectations that operate like spiritual filters. They block the flow of wealth, peace, opportunity, clarity, inspiration, confidence, and even divine favor. You don't fail because you're not capable. You fail when something inside you has not yet accepted the right to succeed. You're not stuck because you're not talented. You're stuck when your identity silently refuses to carry the weight of who you were created to be. The first blockage is the fear of lack. As long as you believe money is scarce, life is hard, survival is normal, and it's dangerous to trust abundance, your mind won't attract provision. It will attract more fear. You can receive money but not keep it. You can get an opportunity and lose it through stress or panic. You can have a vision but never invest in it. Fear of lack forces you into control mode instead of growth mode. Fear is a hole in the container. Nothing can stay where fear leaks everything out. The second blockage is the belief that money is dangerous, dirty, sinful, or spiritually suspicious. If you were taught that being wealthy makes you selfish, corrupt, greedy, or less pleasing to God, then your soul will fight what your mouth is praying for. That's why some people finally receive financial blessing, and then it disappears. Not because the blessing was wrong, but because guilt rejected it. You cannot hold on to what you secretly believe is a threat to your purity. If you believe poverty is holy, you will never be rich without feeling ashamed. And if you feel ashamed, you will not stay elevated. You will return to the level where your identity feels safe. The third blockage is the unconscious belief that you don't deserve more than what you already have. This usually comes from emotional wounds, rejection, humiliation, abandonment, comparison, criticism, failure, or an upbringing where survival was praised but greatness was discouraged. If you were never taught to see yourself as someone with value, then you can pray for blessing but never truly receive it. Many people don't lack opportunities. They lack identity. They don't fail because they're incapable, but because they never give themselves permission to rise. As long as you believe you don't have the right, you will live below your right. The fourth blockage is the inherited mindset of poverty and survival. You can inherit more than genetics. You can inherit a worldview. If you grew up in a home where finances were always tight, where dreams were always postponed, where we can't afford that was normal, where risk was scary and wealth was for others, then even if life changes, your programming doesn't. You may escape the environment, but the environment remains inside you. And unless you break the cycle intentionally, you'll repeat what you never chose. The most powerful inheritance is not material, it's mental. What you don't uninstall, you will transmit. The fifth blockage is the fear of losing what you gain. Many people don't grow because they are afraid of responsibility, visibility, expectations, jealousy, or change. They want abundance, but they're scared of what abundance requires. So they stay at a level where nothing threatens their comfort. They call this peace, but it's not peace. It's shrinkage. You cannot lead a big life while trying to stay small enough not to disturb anyone. Fear of loss produces small decisions, small risks, small faith, and small destiny. The sixth blockage is financial trauma. If you've gone through debt, betrayal, bankruptcy, humiliation, business loss, stolen money, or public failure, then your nervous system may associate money not with freedom, but with pain. You can say, I want success. But your body may say, I don't want to feel that again. Trauma makes people build a life based not on purpose, but on avoidance. You cannot create wealth while secretly trying to protect yourself from the emotional cost of it. The seventh blockage is passive waiting, the belief that one day something will just happen without alignment, action, or responsibility. People think they're waiting on God, when in reality, God is waiting on them. The blessing of the Bible wasn't for people who sat still. It was for people who walked, sowed, built, acted, moved, obeyed, believed, created, invested, and stepped into unknown territory. Faith is not wishing. Faith is motion. Your future doesn't change because you hope. It changes because you align. The eighth blockage is comparison. As long as you measure your life against someone else's timeline, success, appearance, career, influence, or income, you'll never be able to build from your own blueprint. Comparison steals clarity, confidence, authenticity, and gratitude. The day you understand that no one can take what's yours, you stop panicking about someone else's progress. You're not blocked because someone else got ahead. You're blocked because you left your own path to stare at theirs. The ninth blockage is attachment to the past, to what you lost, who hurt you, what didn't work, what used to be. You can't enter a new season while holding on to a dead one. As long as you mourn what's gone, you won't receive what's coming. The past is not the enemy. Staying planted in the past is. You can't walk into the future while living in emotional rewind. The 10th blockage is limited identity. You can only receive at the level of who you believe you are. If you see yourself as small, you will live a small life. If you see yourself as a struggler, you will never live like an heir. If you see yourself as someone who is trying, you will never become someone who is becoming. You don't receive what you want. You receive what your identity can hold without collapsing. If you want a bigger life, you must become a bigger version of yourself on the inside first. And now, the bonus. The most powerful blockage of all, the habit of living below your calling. Not fear, not lack, not trauma, not family patterns, but normality. You can get so used to limitation that it becomes your identity. You can survive so long that you forget you were built to rule. You can get so comfortable in just enough that you stop believing in overflow. The greatest prison is not chains, it's familiarity. When you transform internally, everything external shifts. When you break a lie, you unlock a season. When you realize that nothing has ever been missing except permission, you stop begging for what already belongs to you. You were not waiting for God. God was waiting for you to wake up to the authority you already carry. When the inside changes, the outside has no choice but to follow.